Okay, well, we are catching our breath here with Ian Dyer at the end of what has been an exhilarating away win for Woking, 4-1. If we go back a week from today, we just lost 3-2, and probably that was the lowest time of the season, I would suggest, in losing that. And yet since then, there's been a terrific win on Tuesday, terrific win today. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, delighted with the players. I thought I'm absolutely buzzing for the players that they get to go and do that in front of the away fans today, who by the way were fantastic. Travelled in numbers again, especially with the petrol shortages at the minute. That's fantastic turnout from our fans, so a massive thank you. And yeah, it's reasons, feelings like that is why we're in football. We want to be involved in things like that, and getting to celebrate in front of the fans at the end of the game makes it all worthwhile. But yeah, good performance. I thought, to be honest, we were tested. We were really tested today. I thought, especially the first half hour tactically, that they changed their shape to what we maybe expected, and the way they played their fullbacks tucked in caused us problems. And I think tactically they probably got the better of us in the opening exchanges. It took us a bit of time to find our feet in the game, but we dug in. And I think the one thing that today showed is that there's resilience in this team, there's grit, there's desire and determination, and we had to show all those things today against a very, very good Notts County side. They won't be far away this year. They'll be right up there, I think, come the end of the season. And we knew if we stayed in it during that tricky spell, we changed our shape going into half time, which I think helped the lads, made it a little bit more simple, especially off the ball. We could get our pressing going, and we could suddenly start to get ourselves up the pitch. And I think we took that into half time, and the message very much was, let's get ourselves on the front foot second half. We played a little bit too deep. And once we got on the front foot, I think you could see the end product. I thought we looked dangerous every time we got in around the goal. We've capped it off with 4 different goals, but 4 fantastic goals. And defensively, we were nearly flawless in the second half. Got to give massive credit to the boys at the back. Kept it really tight, and it was a real team performance today.
I mean, as you say, in the first half, the first goal was a pretty clinical little move, well put away, and after that we struggled to put a glove on them until the set piece near half time, which, I mean, many would say I think went over the line, but we'll never know. We don't have VAR, but we were struggling to lay a glove on them until, and even the beginning of the second half, it looked as though it was all very much cat and mouse. And then the substitution, Douse did a substitution, brought Champs off and put on Tyreek. That seemed to bring a little bit more directness and urgency down the flanks.
Yeah, I think sometimes you've got to give credit to the opposition. I think, fair play to Ian and his staff there. I think tactically they got it right probably in the first 20 minutes, and it hurt our shape because, like I said, the fullbacks were coming into midfield and overloading us in there. We found it difficult to press, and when you can't get your pressing going, you get pinned back in against teams that can keep the ball. So we struggled with that. Like I said, we then adapted. We adapted our shape, and we think once we went that way, we looked a bit more comfortable. But like I said, you come away to a place like this, you've got to respect they're going to have their spells and they're good sides. You're not going to have it your own way. You have to weather a storm at times, and other than the goal, there was a few bits flashing across the box, but I thought, into the second half we defended really well. And I think that was the thing with the subs today. They made an impact. We just felt we needed to probably be a little bit more fluid in midfield, and get Max back in the hole. And Tyreek, I thought he came on and he impacted the game, which is what we need coming off the bench. I thought he was really lively. He was a threat 1v1. He put a couple of really good crosses in as well and won us some corners, and impacted the game in a positive way. And then later on, the 2 midfielders as well. So, I think once we got that goal, I think you could just see the momentum shift, and we knew if we stuck in it, we'd have chances to score. And it felt like once the first goal went in, a little bit like the other night, the momentum just swung in our favour, and then we were relentless then. We kept on, and to go and score 2, 3 and 4 away from home is a great effort.
So I suppose one lesson is one lesson being patient when you're in these sorts of games?
I think so. I think it has to be. I think Dow said it at half time. Don't get too frustrated. I think the goal is a goal. Hopefully the video will show that. The boys are convinced it's gone at least a yard in the line on the first contact before the melee. So we were frustrated. The bad boys were a bit frustrated coming in, but the gaffer said, listen, keep your heads. We're still in the game. We've got to make sure we stay in the game. We can't just open up and be picked off going the other way. And our time will come. And we always knew we'd have a spell. where we'd get an opportunity to create some good chances to score. And I think it shows the different elements of your game you need to show on a weekly basis to win games at this level. Anyone probably looking at the result will look at 4-1 and think we've completely dominated from start to finish. I don't think that was the case, albeit we were probably the better team in the last half hour and thoroughly deserved to win the game. We were very clinical.
And as fans, we hate it when old players come back and score against us. It's always one of those rules. And of course, Tarbon was here and Inni was here.
Yeah.
So three goals really from old Notts County boys.
No, I knew Inni was fired up today. Obviously, I don't think it went the way he wanted it to when he came here. There was a change in management, but I think he showed his qualities today. It's a great finish with his left foot from a tight angle. I think Solomon's done great twice on the edge of the box to keep the ball alive, to create it, and it's a really good finish. And then the game turned on that, so it was an important goal. I'm pleased we've scored 2 from set pieces, because it's something we've been talking about and been disappointed with so far. We haven't scored from a set piece until today, so 2 of them, Musa, and then obviously the knockdown for Tav. As soon as it dropped, you knew he was going to score. The form he was in, and the 4th one probably just shows he's red hot at the moment. As soon as it dropped, and he showed skill, strength, composure to go around the goalkeeper, and very much the icing on the cake, that one at the end.
But also we managed the last 10 or 15 minutes really well, didn't we? They struggled to really hurt us. Obviously they were throwing everything forward, and we just thought we managed it well.
That's a pleasing thing, to be fair. Once it went 3-1, it didn't then go 3-2, and there's suddenly a bit of a panic at the end. Once it went 4-1, it didn't go 4-2. Our standards didn't drop, and that's good habits, and we've been drilling the habits in. They've been drilling them to each other. It's really good habits, especially away from home, not to give any cheap goals away. And we looked really, really relentless in that last part of the game. Like you said, we scored goals, but also defensively we shut up shop, and more than warranted the win at the end of the day, I think.
So Chesterfield, Notts County, Dagenham and Redbridge Tuesday.
doesn't get any easier, but we had the same chat last Saturday, didn't we? And then again on Tuesday. The games come thick and fast, and they're all tough. Listen, they're the best team in the league at the moment. I'm assuming they're still top after today. They're up there for a reason. They're a very, very efficient, powerful side. They've got goals in McCallum and Walker up front, but from all around the team as well. So we've got to make sure we're ready for that. And the gaffer's just made a point to the lads there. Listen, enjoy the coach ride back. I'm sure we will. I'm sure it's going to be really loud, but let's get our minds right from tomorrow. Let's focus on Dagenham. Let's make sure we follow up 2 really good performances with a 3rd one.
And last time I looked, Grimsby I think had hit 6. So there's a lot of goals. It seems to be a lot of goals in the league this year.
There is, yeah. Strangely so. It's certainly a lot more open at the start of the year, and defensively maybe teams are finding their feet a little bit. I think there's quite a few new squads in the league as well that are maybe looking to click, but yeah, there's a strange amount of goals going in at the moment, and fortunately for us, we're scoring a fair share of them. And
just final comment really, Tuesday night, Dagenham and Redbridge, I'm assuming they're top of the table. Doesn't get better than that, so we want the Laithwaite Community Stadium to be rocking, really, don't we?
Absolutely, like last weekend. I've got to mention that the guys that came up, I'm not sure how many were over there today, coming up in the rain with the petrol shortages, everything that's gone on in the world in the last 18 months, for people to be that committed to this football club and travel away today. Hopefully, they've seen a committed performance from all of us as well, and it's sent them home really happy. I've seen some of the smiling faces up there, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy either their journey back or their night out tonight. And yeah, absolutely, we want the Laithwaite rocking again Tuesday like it was last week. Let's go and take Dagenham on Tuesday night.
Well, there'll be smiling faces in the morning, we'll have to see. Yeah. Might be a few sore heads.
You're not wrong.
Brilliant, thank you Ian, brilliant stuff today, and we'll see you Tuesday.
Cheers Nico.